So as you can see in that situation, when Menat releases the orbs in a defensive position, while still blocking, obviously this will deal with, like, she gets to continue blocking while attacking, which is really, really good for her. One of her best defensive moves. She can do all sorts of defensive stuff with her orbs, like keep her super safe on block by releasing the orbs in a specific pattern. But you can actually take advantage of this if you're able to open up her defense with overheads or lows. Because overheads, especially ones that are heavy attacks, that have a lot of hit stun, which will be really good on trades. As you can see, Sagat was +9 there after the trade. The overhead landed because even though I was blocking and releasing the orbs, I wasn't blocking correctly. Got hit by the overhead while releasing the orb. And if it was just one orb, actually, like, in that position, even if I had released multiple orbs, they still would have hit at around the same time. And would have been at a similar frame advantage anyways, because they all would have hit at basically the same time anyways, because Sagat's overhead would extend his hurt box into the orbs no matter which ones they spawn from. So because of that, he's going to be at about +9 anyways on that trade, and it allows him to combo off of his overhead. So characters that have overheads of this fashion, especially ones that are harder to react to, like not like Balrog's overhead, which for the purposes of this tech, his is way too telegraphed. But overheads, especially ones that could be made to be mildly safe on block, if they're interrupted by the orb release, can take advantage of Menat releasing the orbs in a defensive position. If she fails to block the overheads, they might, certain characters like Sagat might even be able to combo off of it. Like so. Neither of Zeku's seem to be able to do it. Colleen's overhead won't work either. Vega's is some limp garbage, so it's not gonna work. Yeah, Ryu's probably not good enough. So Chun-Li's, her hurt box appears long before the hitbox does, so, and even on a perfect trade, it's still gonna be -1. Rashid's definitely not good enough for this. At best, he can be -3. So most of the multi-hitting overheads, it's like their startup or the gap between the two hits is too long, and that, like, on a knockdown situation, if the Menat has time to, like, get the orb out, you won't necessarily be able to do the overhead early enough that the second hit will come out. But you can totally do it with Akuma. Because usually if it's just the first hit that hits and then gets a trade, you're like, none of the ones that have multi-hitting overheads are going to be plus after that. But you get both hits, you're definitely going to be able to do it. Menat doesn't have to play by those rules, partially because she's supposed to be able to special cancel the first hit of her overhead, even though it's 2 hitting. So she can definitely combo off hers. Oh, I wonder if Abigail is good on trades. +12. Seems pretty good. Oh, and I'm doing these in the corner because it's easier to test them in training mode that way. But you can totally, there's nothing that prevents you from doing this in mid-screen as well. Best Nash can be is +2, same with his target combo. Laura's overhead is still airborne when it hits, so that won't work. Ibuki's overhead, not really cutting it as well. See, you can do it early, so that it will actually like land on top of it. But it'll be very, very minus on trade. It's much more like, it'll be much more plus if you just hit it regularly, and it hops over most of the low fireballs. And it's considered airborne if it gets hit by the mid-level fireballs. So it won't let you like juggle anymore off of young Zeku's command overhead off of his run. But you can at least make the second hit of it. You can make it up to like +3 on block, I think. +3 is the highest I've seen. And I think that's just about it, unless I'm forgetting any.